back. Been a while. Haven't done any sort of small videos and stuff like this. To keep it simple, keep it short. All of this kind of transpired at the beginning of the year. A very close friend ended up having a massive heart attack on the first of the year, and that put him in the hospital, which ultimately he had to do a massive surgery to survive, and that heart attack ended up destroying 3 parts of his heart. So he needed to get a double bypass, and a pump needed to be put in, and a stent and stuff, because of what was left of his heart was extremely damaged, and they didn't think he would handle the surgery. But they did. They were able to do the surgery. He survived, and he survived for about 2 days, and he ended up developing an arrhythmia, and that ended up ultimately taking his life. And I haven't done much. I've been struggling with this a lot. He was a very, very close friend at the club. He was one of the other directors. We spent a lot of personal time together. He shot every single trap shoot that we did, and it's not been easy. So it's kind of pushed me from not wanting to do a heck of a whole lot. Big shout to all the guys at the club and everyone that's been there for supporting us. It's not been easy. So I'm trying to work my way back into this, and again, as much as I not wanted to do it, this is a good form of therapy and all kinds of good stuff, so I need to be social and get out. So I apologize for stepping away for a little while, and we'll see how I do. This Sunday is one of our trap shoots that I run, and we're going to do a special send-off, no pun intended, for him, and his son's going to be there with us. I have a special clay bird with some of his ashes that we're going to launch. His son's going to stand in the center of the trap semicircle, and I'm going to have 3 guys on either side, and we're going to launch the bird, and everyone that's been involved is going to be able to take a shot at that and spread his ashes and say our goodbyes and stuff like that. So it's going to be an emotional trap, but I'm trying to stay busy. I have not stopped printing. I am printing a Barrett 50 cal SD card holder because I thought it looked really cool, and a lot of the guys at the club I think would be interested in something like this, but that's not the video. As I've started printing, I quickly have been purchasing filaments, different, like TPUs, and I'm going to get into some other filaments, some color changing stuff, some glow-in-the-dark stuff I need to work with more. And I was quickly running out of room, and I'm on Amazon like every other day, and I'm looking at filament holders. And I've had this thing here. I couldn't even tell you where I got it from. I'd back up more. See if I can shrink it back. There we go. I've had this old wooden display thing, and it may have come from an old job or whatnot. And it's been used for different purposes other than collecting dust. And I was like, you know what? I wonder if I could repurpose this. My wife, with all the TikTok things she does and whatnot, gets all kinds of stuff sent to her to review and stuff like that, and they sent her some LEDs. Chris, explicit LEDs. I wonder. Anyway, so I wanted to repurpose this thing and use it for filament and sort of a display thing for some prints and stuff like that. So, as you can see, I've done what I do to everything. I light it up, make it interesting looking and purposeful. So the strip is USB powered, and I just have this little power bank here. It goes up into the back where it has a little IR that you could stick somewhere if you wanted to use the big bulky remote that you can get your hands on. There is an app that I happen to have on my phone already for a couple other things. So it's app control, changes colors, and all that fun stuff. That's tucked nicely in the back, and it has a Y. Like, this would be perfect for under a bed because it has a Y and go in either direction, and it'll definitely do like a king-size bed. But I ran 2 strips on this, and I only intended to do one. Ran it down, back up, Goes under the inside here, down, back up, around here, down along, and then there. And then originally I was going to run it up underneath, and then if I had any left I was going to run down, but I ended up twisting it wrong and breaking it. But it was right at a cut point, so I cut it. I decided to use the other strip, and the other strip runs in. So you got two strips inside there. Runs in, runs out, and then I bring it down, and then ran it on the top underneath here to give it light. So as you can see, other than the TV, there's no, let me turn that off, hold on. There is no other real light in this room other than the TV. So if I wanted to come grab a filament, which are going to be marked and all that stuff, and I'm going to 3D print more of these holders all the way across, so I'll know what filament, but it allows me to see inside here, and then I could put display stuff or other things or drones or something up here based on, but I kind of didn't want to just waste this thing, and I didn't want to spend money that I didn't need to. These can get transferred over eventually, and then I can use that closer to the printer or for colors I need to use immediately, whatever it is. But I have options because I'm quickly adding to that, and then that'll look really cool. And then any tools and stuff like that that I don't need immediately or anything, I can attach to the sides or something like that. So it's a cool canvas to start with, and again, just repurposing something that I already had, saving a couple bucks, and then I spent some time last night doing this, which I think came out pretty freaking cool. I'm very happy with it. So be creative, you know, try to save some cash, be frugal with what you got. Plus, you know, again, I like modifying absolutely everything, making it my own. That's me. I own it. Proud of it. So let me pop my light back on real quick. Cool. I printed these out the other day. Actually, I started with this one because I wanted to try the new filament. Hold your beer or soda. And then I used the very last of the color changing filament, like literally down to the last foot. I think they came out pretty cool. There's a couple areas. I got to learn some different settings on some overhangs where it was a little... like right there, I just don't understand. And it had the little trees, what setting to change. But they're going to a good home. I'm very happy to do that. So I'm going to keep staying busy. I got some footage I can edit, and trying to get back out there and doing some more flying. The snow-covered weather right now has been absolutely awesome. Speaking on what I was talking about at the beginning of the video, I 3D printed these little shells for all the trap guys that are part of quote-unquote our family. I did this just because everything I've printed, I've kind of done a version of it in the see-through-ish stuff, and I want to get some airsoft BBs that are like gray to put inside here because I think that would look really cool. I tested it with actual BBs, and you can see them. It adds to the realness looking of this, but it just adds too much weight. So, like I said, I'm going to get some gray or black versions of the little airsoft BBs. And that thing looks really cool. I was asked to do orange, so I have one orange left over, and then your traditional. And I'm very, very impressed. And I printed them. Oh, I got a little lip I didn't cut off there. So that'll come off. I didn't clean this one. Find a cleaner one. There we go. It's really cool how it sets up and creates the two-piece for the gold or copper, whatever color. Dropped it. And then separate. And then it's actually got a hollow little chamber on the inside. As somebody that suffers from migraines, I carry Excedrin everywhere with me, and sometimes having it in the pocket is not always the greatest place, especially if you leave it in the pants when you go to put them in the wash. So I put my Excedrin inside here, and I have a little carrying thing because I have one on my keychain. So all the guys at Trap are going to get one of those. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I may do a separate video on this thing once that's done and stuff. So thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna try to get back into a normal routine here. Just been tough, so bear with me, and you guys will see me soon.